May the Lord give you peace. Today's first reading from Genesis 17 begins with, when Abram prostrated himself, God spoke to him. This indicates a closeness between Abraham and God, and a closeness or an intimacy which you and I, all of us, are invited to share with. Abram and Sarah are living well in the land in Canaan. The land is fertile, there's plenty of water, and the cattle and the sheep are thriving. However, one thing is lacking: progeny. Abram and Sarah are childless. There's an emptiness in their prosperity. In the verse immediately before today's first reading, God speaks the words that caused Abram to fall on his knees in the ground in reverence. I am God the Almighty. Walk in my presence. Be blameless. Between you and me I will establish my covenant, and I will multiply you exceedingly. Details of the solemn pact, the covenant, are what we hear today in the first reading. God promises Abram progeny and asks for a promise of fidelity in return. Only that. This is a bilateral covenant. From now on, Abram will be called Abraham, and his descendants will belong to God. Abraham's genetic link will go on through the ages. It'll be found in Jesus. And check out the genealogy in Matthew chapter 1. In today's gospel, Jesus seems to know his ancestor Abraham very well, placing himself in the direct lineage of Abraham beyond. Before Abraham came to be, I am. Jesus demonstrates conscious awareness of being in and of God, always. He expands the original covenant and invites others, and invites us to join him on the path of life, to grow in consciousness of belonging to God, now and forever. Such wonder is too much for his listeners. And us? Is this too much for us? Our mission today has 3 parts. First, reflect on what it means for you personally to remain faithful to the bilateral covenant as we prepare to renew our baptismal promises at Easter. Second, in today's first reading, Abram received a new name. Talk on the phone or at a safe distance with your children, family members, friends, loved ones about the origin and the meaning of your name and the stories behind it. Talk about your confirmation names as well. And third, in today's gospel, the crowd threw stones at Jesus. Often we hurl stones at one another, the stones of insults and meanness and rumors. Today, let's be reconciled with one another and toss the words of love, kindness, and affirmation. Today, there's a lot of uncertainty, a lack of clarity, but one thing we can count on is that God loves us. Yahweh's love will last forever, God's faithfulness till the end of time. Yahweh is a loving God, Yahweh the faithful